Hey, make the pack small, but it started out a bowling ball. Round the money on the floor, then throw it all inside the wall. Stash box, stash kit, and spin it all inside the mall. Research, stash sit the flies, now I got them all.
What up? We back on another episode of Authentic Quality Podcast. AQP, always question people. I got my dog Trill Will on here. What up, Trill Will?
Man, salute, family, salute.
Let the people know where you're from, Trill Will.
Man, I'm from D-Land, Florida, a little city in between Orlando and Daytona. But it's a little city with a big hustle. So shout out to D-Land, 386, the whole area code.
For sure. How was life for you coming up out there in Florida?
It was interesting. It was I grew up in the Spring Hill area, which was pretty much one of the most drug infested areas in the city. But when I was in my house though, it wasn't like that. My father was ex-military and my mother was a church mother missionary at the time, and she became a church mother. So, I had strictness coming from both sides. I really didn't have no give. Shout out to my two little brothers, C-Lope and Infamous Calm. You know what I'm saying? I raised them. I was 8 years old when my brother came in front of me. So my parents made it clear that, hey, they're your responsibility. So regardless of what you got going on, you got to make sure they're straight. And if they do some weird shit, it's on you. And you got to tell them not to do it or stop it or fix it before we see it. So, and it's still some pretty good shit,
For sure. And I think that's good because, the structure coming from parents is the structure coming from parents. But when it comes from like my sibling, you know what I'm saying? I know it's different. This super genuine right here.
Right, exactly.
Especially as coming up as kids anyway, because we don't got no motives as kids. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. We just tell it like it is, however we see it.
Right. I respect that, bro. I respect that. So you just got two brothers?
Yeah, I got two brothers. I do have a sister, but I didn't really get raised around her, so I really don't really know her like that. I found out after my dad passed away, it got confirmed, type situation. But
this is condolence.
Yeah.
For sure. What made you start doing music?
My dad, honestly, he used to play the drums in the church, and then he used to manage a bunch of groups like hip hop, R&B, gospel group, and a rock group. So he managed like all the different genres, and I watched him do that growing up. And a couple times they almost hit big, and I would watch how the little smaller situations will have the big situations will happen before, some big will happen. And it would always be some trials before you get to the triumph. You had to go through the trials, and I seen that firsthand in experience. I love my father, man, because God bless the dead. Long live King Willie. You know what I'm saying? But he taught me at the age of 13 that I needed to have my own LLC, and I wasn't supposed to be working for nobody else. And I had credit my whole mindset to that. And then right after he told me that, probably like a 2-year period later, Master P came out, and he became somebody that I began to model, what I wanted to do with my vision around kind of like what he was able to do in a short period of time.
For sure, bro. For sure. I can dig it. Yeah, you ain't heard this music shit.
Yeah, man, I did, man. I started playing drums when I was 5 years old, bro. So
right,
whatever that's worth, I fell in love with music then.
Yeah, I got you. How you end up meeting Super?
Oh man, so I hate to put a date on it, but 2009. No, I lied. 2010.
Okay.
I was working at Coliseum with my partner CZ. Actually, shout out to CZ. Me and him together with Full Circle Music Group. You know what I'm saying? But so I started working at this club, Coliseum, which was the biggest club in the area, held about 2,500 to 3,000 people. And so that we were the main promoters. Like guerrilla promo, flyers, posters. You know what I'm saying, for the club. And so that particular year that we started working there, they literally brought all the acts there. Was it Plies, Webby? I think they had Ross that year, Jeezy, it's everybody. The Yin Yang Twins, they had everybody that year. And so we used one of the perks of being a promoter was that I got to meet people on the streets, but then also when the day of the show, we got access to the green room. We got to walk back there and actually chop it up with the celebrities and shit and stuff like that. So we use that to build our network. And so one of that particular show, I believe it was in May of 2010. I missed the show for some reason, but CZ, my partner, my brother, he called me with like the next morning. He was like, "Bro, I don't know why you missed the show, but you got to get out here to Daytona because I done met Webby's brother." Blah 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 blah. And of
Right.
course, it was D. It was their unit, whatever, however you want to call them. And so ever since then, I pulled up out there. I got a ride. I don't even remember how I did. I called somebody from another county. They came and got me and dropped me off. And but the point is that when I got there, you know what I'm saying, it's been up ever since then. I think what that was in. So that later on that year, we started doing shows and events with them, and then I started opening and performing with them the following year. So I put in my groundwork and stuff. So yeah, that was 2010. So that's how I met him, and then Derek been my brother ever since then. We don't always see eye to eye, but we know how to come to the table and talk about it. You know what I'm saying? And fix anything that might need to be re-examined.
For sure, bro. Like, man, what's GFM?
God first, family second, money third. That's the alchemical formula for life and generational power. You know what I'm saying? That's what we on, man. Everybody that I'm rotating with right now, they stand on them principles. You
For,
know, some people like to put money before family. Some people put money before God. Some people money is their God.
yeah,
But we're not doing that. We're putting everything in the correct, proper order. And the key point is God is within. So if you keep God first and God is within, you can't go wrong because your knowledge of self gonna lead you have a close relationship with the Most High, whoever you worship. It's not even about it's the religious thing. It's not even religious. It's spiritual. It's
yeah,
whoever your higher powers and your guides are. Because I have spiritual guides. My ancestors talk to me and let me know how to move. You know what I'm saying? So that's just me. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
so a lot of people don't understand that the God is within, bro.
yeah. It's Luke
You know,
17:21 for anybody who doubt that. You can
yeah,
read that. Luke
for sure,
17:21. It says, "Low here, no low there. The kingdom of heaven is within."
for
Yep.
sure, man. That's real shit. Um, yeah, on my path that I've been on, bro, I've been really, like God changed my life tremendously. So
Come on, man.
I gotta, I can't renege. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-mm.
Even if it take for me to sit in this motherfucking house for every day to not be around people who I can't renege, bro. You
Come
brought me,
on, man.
you know what I'm
Because
saying?
at the end of the day, you made a promise for yourself. At the end of the day, when you did that, and
For
so
sure.
I think not to cut your story wisdom, but I really feel like people be running from that responsibility. They'll say, "Oh nah, God, God ain't, God don't hear me," or they be thinking that God's somewhere far off. But bro, like at the end of the day, people don't want responsibility of being responsible for what happened to them. Like your environment, your thoughts become your words, and your words become your actions, and your actions become your environment. And
For
so if you understand that part right there, and you know that you're responsible for all the good stuff and the bad stuff that go on in your life, because those are decisions that you made. Every choice that you make, every decision you make is a new timeline. So basically, long story short, you can't be mad at nobody but yourself because
yourself.
you put yourself in all them situations.
For sure, bro.
Yeah,
For sure. That's real shit. Message to the youth and to adults who still in a world where it's not it's not reality. You know what I'm saying?
for real.
Message to both parties. How you end up linking with BML?
Ooh, okay. So I linked up with BMF through our brother Calico Jones. He embraced me, and then I met certain individuals on that path, and then it's a family. So the
For sure.
longer I was around, the more things I got involved with. So shout out to the mob, man. They know what's up with me.
For sure, man. And to the viewers, y'all can look him up, man. I'm gonna put his Instagram up. Doing probably the beginning of the video and doing at the end. Man, at 1 million followers, he been putting his grind in, man. Where they can find you at on YouTube.
Oh yeah, you could type in Trill Will GFM. That's why I put it. It's funny you said that because that's why I put it in the on my title on my like that because it's Trill Will and then GFM afterwards in capital letters, and that'll
Right.
pull me right on up. Yeah.
Yeah, y'all check them out, man. Got some great music, man. Been putting this work in, man, for sure, for sure. I'm a front row seat witness to a lot of work he done put in, man, because we kind of connected to the same people, you know, a couple of the same people we connected to doing the unit. Um, when do you when you traveling do you think it's better to travel in groups, packs, or like in a small
I'm gonna say I'm a unique mixture of both. Pardon me. Hold on, real quick. Let me blow my nose real quick.
for sure?
But yeah, so part of stuff. But it's a unique mixture of both how I choose to move. I move with a large group of people, um, but not for security reasons, but not like back to the hotel and no shit like that. Everybody had their own hotel or hotel room or whatever, whatnot like that. But so we move together but independently. And all the people that I deal with, they their own boss. They have people that's up under them, that's part of their company or movement. You know what I'm saying? So everybody got their own motion. You know what I mean? So,
Right,
we be there together, but we be moving around separate, doing our own little side missions when we out of town. So but we all come together like Voltron.
right. And
Hmm.
my purpose was asking that because I do the same thing, bro. And I see everybody I watch. I see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So my purpose of asking you that question was so that people know it's okay to move with your entourage, and it's okay to be around everybody is in a room full of bosses. We all can function the same. You know what I'm saying? Nobody
Correct.
is over top of nobody. We all can
Nope.
get we can get the same shit done together, and yeah, I applaud that about y'all, about what your movement, bro.
And I
um
appreciate that, because we don't want nobody standing behind us. We don't want nobody standing in front of us. We want people that's gonna stand beside us, and we can be gods together. You know what I'm saying? As we should be. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is, man. And a lot of that comes from the BMF movement too, because that's how them boys was moving at one time. Now we know shit happens, whatever, whatever, but at one time they was on one band, one sound, one accord. You know what
right,
I'm saying? And everybody had their own money. Even the security guards was millionaires. That's what I want to recreate. Is that where even the little people, graphic designers are millionaire. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got money. Everybody got their own motion.
for sure,
So that's what we raising leaders. We raising, bringing up gods. So they can recreate and show everybody else the light, so they can figure out who they are.
right. I can dig it, bro. I can dig it.
Mhm.
You ever been out there to Nebraska with Diamond them doing the shows out there?
I did go out there. But I don't remember the whole situation. But I think it was with the Webby show, so I
Yeah,
didn't really get to stay long. We was kind of in and out,
right,
but we
right,
did pull up over there a couple times. Shout out to Nebraska. Shout out to Diesel Fluid, Diamond, and James.
for sure,
Oh, Diamond in the rough on ENT situation.
for sure. Shout out to them, man. Shout out to them. Um, Got to get a feature from you, man. What you charging for the feature, man?
Man, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Listen, I be trying not to charge niggas, but it's just at the point now where everybody want features from me, so I ain't got no choice. So my going rate is 900. Me and you will have a conversation, and we'll come to a conclusion of how we can, come to some a little bit more reasonable for that for you. But for outside people, 900. If you family, come to me. At least let me know what budget you have, and I'll try to work with you. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's just a hook. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't got but 150, $200, I might give you a hook. You know what I'm saying? Then you got 300, $400. I'll be like, you know what? Maybe I can do a hook and a short verse. So I'm working with people, man. I'm not stubborn on that.
For
But I
sure.
do got to get paid for my time, and studio time is $150 an hour where I go. You know what I mean? So I just be needing that to cover that, and we be good.
For sure. To people who gonna be who might watch and might want to feature, do you do like package deal, like do the video, promo on your end? Do you do that?
Yeah, so that's what the 900 price is, right? So the 900 price is video. So wherever you're gonna shoot the video, you got to actually make sure my transportation to the video is covered. on your end, but that includes video. And we have a viral network, GFM network. So that includes the promotion, interviews. See, I show so much love, bro. Once somebody show me they really buying into what we all are looking to do, I'm gonna go above and beyond, bro. I'm gonna get you extra interviews you ain't even asked for. You know how many podcasters I know?
Right.
GFM, shout out to GFM Media, Greg and Ant and Dre and everybody else that's a part of the team. You know what I'm saying? That is I don't know if you ever heard of a DJ coalition. I know you have, but a
Yeah,
DJ coalition is a
for sure.
coalition of DJs. But what we created is a media coalition. And so it's the same principle, but it's just with media people, and so we pretty prominent. We got a lot of people in a lot of different states, thanks to me being on tour with Webby and Boosie and Derek and this person and that person and CMG and what I'm saying. I done been on, shout out to Young Jock, what I mean. I done did
Right.
some
Yeah.
stuff. So I
I
met a
know
lot of people along the way.
for sure, man. I watch since I've been around the movement as a whole since 2015, my dog.
Mm,
So
okay.
I watch I seen you know what I'm saying? I seen it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I respect the grind, man. For sure, for sure. Just keep on going, bro. Don't let nothing stop you. You already know you ain't. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah.
Going though.
This
Um,
is this is this is destiny though. See what I'm saying? Like some people be trying to force it. This is just what I'm meant to do. So it's like it
for
ain't
sure,
no pressure.
for sure, for sure. Yeah, that's how I feel too. And I feel like ain't none of this shit hard. You know what I'm saying? It's just about applying yourself. Yep.
It ain't hard, but it ain't easy either. See, the
Hey,
problem is people want a shortcut. They want the easy route. But every time I'm telling you, 9 times out of 10, when it's a shortcut, it's gonna circle you back around to where you should have did the right way the
for
first
sure.
time. And so after so many times of doing that, we ready to do stuff the right way.
Oh, Trill will, and that's the like definitely some super advice, man, that people could use who out here chasing this same dream, man. That it don't happen overnight. A lot of people that you seeing it happening for overnight, they got people behind them telling them what to do and how to
Man,
do.
what you say?
You know what I'm saying? And our way is the best way, for sure, for sure. Our way is the best way, man. You know what I mean? And hold on to your name and your pride and your soul and everything else that come with it.
Right. Come on, man.
Yeah. Um, you got any shows coming up?
Oh man, boy, do I. Shows coming up. Yeah, I got a lot of things going on. April 3rd, I think we in Gainesville, April 3rd. And then I think April 4th, we in Atlanta with the HHF Awards. And then April 5th, we back in Tampa area with Chewy Main, Papa Duck, and Frank Lennon, if I'm not mistaken. There's a couple little events in between then, but those are the major ones that I got coming up.
For sure, man. For sure. Be safe. Be safe while you out there on the road, man.
Yeah, so
um,
we keep security. We good.
Hey, bro, for sure, it's smart. You know what I'm saying? It's smart, man. You know what I mean? It's about making it back home to the fam.
Yes, sir.
It's about making it back home to the fam. How you like because I know me personally coming from the streets, I had to get used to new people. Being
Mm.
like you gotta adjust to being more friendlier. Like, how is it for you in that world when you gotta like people know you and you don't know them and shit like that?
Okay, so for me, it's weird because when I was younger, shout out to my dad again. He would tell me like things like, "Son, you don't have no friends," and I'd be like, "Well, what about Billy and Michelle?" And then he'd be like, "No, those are your associates." And he said, "There's only two kind of people in this world: your family and associates. And family is not necessarily people who blood related to you, and your associates are just your associates. You know what I'm saying?" And so he broke it to me like that. So I was a friendly person at that point, but I done been through so much double, triple, quadruple crossing Now it's just like, so you're right. I have a lot of, I be thinking everybody's suspect until they not. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Right.
Everybody look crazy until it's not. But yeah, so it is difficult. And a lot of that comes from what I self-diagnosed myself with, and other brothers like yourself may have PSD, which is post-street disorder,
For
and
sure.
nobody talks about that. And nobody talks about that. They just say, "Oh, I'm traumatized," but I diagnosed it. I put a label on it. Post-street disorder.
For sure.
If you live in the street life, and then you might like me. I came home from prison and changed my life. You still suffer from that mentality of how you had to live, in that life, and so it's a real thing. It's something that I'm constantly fighting, thinking errors, like trying to take the easy way, or criminal mentality, trying to do shit, trying to be slick all the time. That's not always good, trying to be slicker than 3/4 can of oil. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? It ain't always good to do that. Because
For
a
sure.
lot of times like I said, shortcuts run you right back to where you're supposed to have been anyway. So,
Yeah. Yeah. For sure, bro. That's real shit. Yeah. I I suffer bad from it at first until I stopped moving like how I was moving. Then it made me
mhm.
more comfortable at Trill Wheel. You know what I'm saying? That I
Yep,
know
come on.
I know that like I was telling these are yeah on our interview on our session, God make it so certain things don't even come my way no more
Come on, man.
because of how I live. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, when that was a good way to answer the question, bro, because you gotta learn to adjust in this business too. You can't bring the street shit to the business. It don't work.
Now, don't get me wrong, some of the rules still apply, but the overall mentality of trying to get over, trying to always find, try to be above the law and above the protocol. You know what I'm saying? That's a thinking error, because
For sure.
protocol is set in place for a reason. And based upon whatever institution you're a part of, those protocols are set in place to protect you most of the time. You know what I'm saying? Whether we agree or don't agree with them, you know what I'm saying?
For
But
sure.
that's just what it is.
Yeah, you're right, bro. You're right about that, man. Um, I mean, I heard you mention you you came home from prison. How long you been home?
I came home from prison 2017,
Okay.
March 2017. Actually, the anniversary for that's actually coming up, believe it or not. But yeah, at the end of March, I came home 2017. So that's what, 9 years?
Yeah,
It'll
man.
be 9 years. Yeah,
Yeah. How
I've
long
been
you
I've been blessed. I've been blessed, trust me.
for sure? How long you was down?
I did five. I did five, man.
Yeah.
I was
Okay.
facing 60 though, so I wasn't mad at five. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Five with an O or six with an O behind it, I couldn't do that.
For sure, man.
So,
God.
I took five. I played open to the judge, and and the judge just gave me what they was trying to give me anyway. They was offering me five. I was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna plead open to the judge to see if I can get a little less. And it didn't work. They gave me them same five. They gave me credit time served. They were trying to not give me credit time served, but they gave me that and packed my ass up and hit me right up that road.
For sure. For
So
sure.
good.
What you learned doing your bid?
Woo, okay. So I learned that you have a choice. This is what I learned. You have a choice, specifically when you go to prison, but this applies to life in general.
Right.
You can use the developmental time in prison to be a god or a demon. You can develop your skill set in being a devil or a demon, or you can develop your skill set to become more of who you already are, which is a god. And so I realized that that was a conscious decision, and every step that I took, every decision I made, I had to keep them priority that in mind. I had to keep that in mind as I went on that journey, because there were several times, where I was tempted to do weird stuff, or you know what I'm saying, or as far as like, because they had like then it was K2, big K2 was big in prison at that time.
Right.
People was dying off that shit.
Yeah.
Thank goodness I was smoking it on the street from before. So when I went to prison, I was like, man, I know what that shit do to you. I'm cool. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So it gave me a chance to clear my mind, because I fear if I didn't, I feel like if I didn't make that choice, that I would be in a real fucked up situation.
For
You
sure.
know what I'm saying? Like honestly, like so. So I'm saying all that to say, yeah, I learned that higher self and lower self. That's what the song "Him or Me" is about. I got a song, "Him or Me." You know what I'm saying? Hope your actions match your energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, so "Him or Me" is about a war against yourself and your ego versus your higher self. You know what I'm saying? "Him or Me" is about him. Him is like his imperial majesty, meaning that your ego, everybody feel like they royal, they kings and queens and so on and so forth, which is nothing wrong with that to a certain extent.
Uh-huh.
But I had to crucify that part of myself, the egotistical part of myself. You know what I'm saying? And I had to allow, not that I had to kill my lower self, but I had to put it in submission and allow it to work for me versus allowing it to destroy me. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? And
Right.
that's really something that I had to really come to terms with because again, um I had, even though I didn't realize it, I was giving my power to other people and things outside of myself by saying things like, "Oh, well, I grew up in this environment and that's why I trap and that's why I do this." No, that was a choice I made. See
Right.
what I'm saying? Those
Yeah.
are choices I make. I didn't have to do that stuff. See what I'm
Right.
saying? And so it just made me examine, and not to mention, they put me in some intensive therapeutic type programs for drug dealers and drug offenders. You know what I'm saying? And so I didn't like it at first, but it really, the thinking, the thought process, it really sunk into my mind. Like, you know what? They right. They right. It's my fault. I got to stop blaming everybody. And it really sunk in. And shout out to the nations of God's and earth because that knowledge of self and the nation of Yahweh, that knowledge of self on top of all of that stuff, it just helped me develop into what you see today.
For sure, bro. That's real, bro. And it's about self awareness and self evaluation in a lot of situations. And you know, a lot of people point the finger, bro. It's like I guess it's like a until we understand that you're right, these are our choices that we making. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nobody else. But even if it's something a person did to you, if if you don't supposed to be around that person, they won't
Come
never.
on, man.
You know what I'm
My
saying?
mama used to tell me that. My mom, I didn't understand. My mama used to be like, "You better stop hanging around them people
Yeah,
because X, Y, and Z gonna happen."
yeah,
And it might not happen right away, but just with a point of what she was saying was, though that energy, the way they vibrating, they're gonna attract that low vibrational thing to you. You see what I'm saying? And so
sure.
that's something I had to really like sit with and like, oh man, okay.
Yeah, yeah. What you got a message? What's your message to the youth to stay out of prison?
Keep God first, family second, and money third. Because if you do that,
Yeah,
you'll
yeah,
never do something for money that supersedes your desire to put the God within you first,
right,
or that jeopardizes you from protecting and providing for your family. You see what
right.
I'm saying? And
Yeah,
so a lot of times people do weird stuff in order to make money, thereby making money their God, or putting money ahead of family, or you know what I'm saying? However you want to word it, but it's the same thing. So
same.
that's my advice. God first, family second, money third. You keep them three principles in that order. I promise you, you won't lose. I promise you, you will not go to jail because you're not going to want to even do nothing that's going to endanger yourself like that because
Yeah,
you know how important you are to your community and to your household and to your people who look up to you who may not even met you.
right, right, right. And like he said, man, God will put you in a position to where if you're keeping them first in your life, man, even if you get knocked down, it ain't
You're
no
gonna get right back up.
get right back up. Long as you got the willpower to do it, he gonna make it so you get right back up, man. You know, all the rest of this shit bullshit, man. We learn as the older we get, the older you get, we learn a lot of this shit just bullshit, Trill will. Yeah,
100%.
yeah, bro.
All cap. A lot of that stuff be capped. It be for publicity or for cool points. A lot, you know what I'm saying? A lot of shit just be for ego. It be for your lower self, your lower vibration. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
I deal with a lot with chakras. So when I say lower self, I'm talking about the lower four chakras. You know what I'm saying? And if you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that part.
for sure. Um, coming up, was you close with your family coming up?
I was. We actually, it's funny because I was talking to my little brother about this yesterday, and we had a really close knit family growing up. The family reunions and all that stuff. But since COVID, it's been slow. But yeah, but definitely we had a close knit family.
Yeah,
Yeah, like you can't do nothing at granddaddy or auntie or uncle house and think you ain't finna get whooped. Ain't
yeah,
happening. And then when you get home, you finna get whooped again and showing
yeah,
out and making them folks beat you.
yeah,
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 so that's the community kind of community I grew up in. I just knew better. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
It bring a different kind of structure, man. It bring a different kind of structure.
Accountability.
Yep. To what is God? You took it right out of my mouth. I was ready to say to where it help you look in the mirror
Yep.
and yeah and face that person who need a self evaluation. Yeah, I'm used to it, man. I'm used to it, and I feel like the self evaluation, it let me know if I'm tripping, I'm tripping. Maybe I got to fix myself because I ain't.
Right. Come on, man.
Yeah, I don't
They
know.
say they say the definition of insanity is doing the same thing, expecting a different result. So that tell you they just it's common sense. People might even know that word, them words. They might even know that. But if they don't, you don't apply it. See, knowledge is one thing. That what we just said is knowledge. But if you don't apply it, that light to your actions, if that light don't reflect in your actions,
Yeah,
then it's all for nothing.
yeah, it don't even matter. Yeah,
Yeah, it's all for nothing. Yep.
yeah, yeah, bro. That's deep. That's real, man. Because it's just you just wasted time of your life. You plenty more years to go, not learning nothing.
Come
Yeah,
on, man.
but yeah, bro. We definitely gotta talk after this, bro, about doing the track, man. And whenever we can get together, you know what I'm saying? Like I shoot video, we're gonna knock that joint out, bro, if you want to. And you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah, I shoot all my own videos right now. So
Yeah, that's fine. Where
yeah,
you based out of now? You still in Virginia or?
I'm still in Richmond, but in a minute, man, I think I'm ready to go to Atlanta, bro.
Oh, okay. Now, okay, I can see you there. I can see you in Atlanta.
That's what headquarters
I'm plugged in Atlanta, so just let me know if you do make that jump. You know what I mean? I'll make sure you smooth.
for sure, bro. Yeah, that's why I think if not Atlanta, at least the outskirts. You know what I'm saying?
Right? Yeah. Not you don't want to move. That's what I was gonna say. It's cheaper in the outskirts to live, but you'll be within driving distance, an hour or so of the city, and that's basically what you want to do because it'd be cheap, and then you still have access to everything.
'cause that
Yeah, I
way
think that'll be good for you, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
that way about that Trill will. You know what I'm saying? That way about that. Far as what I'm
Right.
plugged into.
Right. You're independent business owner that just happen to do music. And so there's a lot of people who are also independent business owners that happen to look like me and you, heavily melanated,
For
and they standing on business out there. So that's why I love Atlanta. That's why Atlanta a trick bag though, because a lot of people go out to Atlanta thinking they're gonna just become a celebrity and they're gonna party every night. Yeah, that's there, but if you get caught in that scene, you gonna get stuck there. There's three Atlantas. I ain't gonna keep. I'll be breaking this down to people I fuck with, but there's three different Atlantas. You got the tourist Atlanta, which is where all the partying, most of that's going on at.
right,
Then you have the real Atlanta, which is the people who from Atlanta been there for many years. You know, West Side or you know what I'm saying, most of the west side of Atlanta, because that's some of the original places from dealing with Atlanta people that popped up. Shout out
right,
to DJ Cutthroat, shout out to Money Mal, shout out to Pimpin' Ken. But yeah, but that's the west side, that's the real Atlanta. And then you got the bougie Atlanta, which is where you make five or a million or 10 million or more. And all them people, most people don't make it to even the second one, never mind the third one. But
right.
point is that you get whatever you go to Atlanta looking for, it's there for you. And there's some people that'll run you in a circle. If you looking for the party and just want to be seen, they'll
Yeah,
send you in a circle, and then you'll just be spending your money and wasting time. You'll be like, damn, I'm
yeah,
going out every night. Am I even accomplishing anything? Because your mind in the wrong place. You're
right.
not there for business. But if you go to Atlanta standing on business,
Yeah, that's what
and
I'm
you
going
there and you wake up every morning and work out and get your mind right, and then you handle your business during the day,
for sure.
man, you'll do amazing things because they'll see that. They're gonna be like, oh yeah, bro, work hard. Yeah, bro, a videographer. But see, that's the thing about Atlanta. There's so many artists that trying to be an artist by itself in Atlanta, it's
Nothing.
kind of like a toss up. But if you have other skills, like we people like me and you, we got other skills. like
Right.
organizational skills. People like to follow us and what we do and copy what we do. So we'll have even more power in Atlanta because it's set up for people who are like that to survive and to really thrive. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. For sure, bro. And I feel like, what we've been boosting them right there too. It
They
makes
definitely right there. Yep.
it, man, and yeah, man. We got a plan, Trill. Will I ain't gonna expose our hand on this on the jump, but man,
Okay.
yeah, we got us a little plan, bro. And I think once we execute, it's gonna go how it's supposed to go. You know what I'm saying?
Hey man, listen. Only thing I can say is GTA.
For sure.
We on that GTA, and what I mean is, you know, uh, Derek's a genius. I'm not gonna cut it short. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna shortcut it, short stab him on that pause. You know what I'm saying? He a genius, and it's set up to where if you have a mindset where you can learn protocol, follow protocol, and build your own brand adjacent to what he got going on, you'll win big. But a lot of times, what happens is people try to make his brand their brand and try to like act like it's the same thing, but that's not what he wants. He want to he recreating bosses so people can boss up and run their own, you know. So
Yeah,
that's
bro.
just something I learned over the years myself.
Yeah.
I heard Diamond's kind of speaking on that too a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, and that's how I came. You know what I'm saying? That's how I came, bro. And I learned, what I learned, because I'll be real with you. I was just a rapper. You know what I'm saying? But I was a boss.
Right.
I was
Come
already a
on.
boss, but I was just a rapper, bro. You know what I'm
And
saying?
that's not good. Right, right.
Yeah. So I had to be the boss and learn how to be an artist. And like you said, bro, a genius, man. I learned so much from him without him having to sit down personally and say, listen, all right, nigga, this way. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I learned a lot, bro. I learned a lot.
And to be honest with you, bro, a lot of people don't get that. And I'm just so I've been blessed, because when I came home from prison, shout out to sis Sequoia, you know what I'm saying? Sequoia called him, put him on three-way with me, even though, we've been known each other from before but when I came home from prison, I needed to get back in the groove. And she made that call, put me on three with him, like, nah, we're gonna put you on this tour, I-10 tour with Woo Boosie, Webby, Derek, and you're gonna just do that. And I did that for the when I came home. I think we started cranking up at the end of September. We rocked out for like a good 6 8 months, like that. On and off the road, couple weeks on the road, go home for a week, come back and forth, boom, 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 boom. And a lot of them nights, man, just being able to sit and chop it up with Derek, being able to go to the war room, back behind his grandmother's house, and it just I don't know, bro. It's just different, bro, and just seeing how he's got a boardroom illustration with everything laid out and just seeing how his mind really works really
Right,
changed my perspective on a lot of stuff. And like I said, I might not. Some people might don't know, but I'm telling everybody every time I get a chance because then that way it'll make it easier for you to understand what I built on. All I did was build on what he had already started, even though it's not. I'm not doing the same thing exactly he's doing, but that mode of operation, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? That OS, that operating system, the
yeah,
basic fundamental of it come from that. And then shout out to UGK, shout out to Trill and T, as it goes back, so on and so forth. Rap a lot. It's a Master, even touch Master P, because Master P came in around right around in that same groove and
right,
using that same protocol. You know
right,
what I'm saying?
right.
Yeah.
For sure, bro. Yeah, man. I learned a lot from him, bro. um, so when it comes to the tours and you like it being because I noticed most of the shows are on the weekends, right? So did you like being gone like that, or do you like it better like just being gone one weekend? I can come back home, another weekend I can come back home.
I have to say, when I was doing it, I was a fan of being doing it like that because I was just coming home, so I was trying to figure out what was going on. Because you got to look at it. I went to prison at the end of 2012. I don't know if you remember 2012, but
Yeah,
2017 was so different. There
yeah,
was so much other stuff going on and things that changed so much. I just needed to catch up and really just have time to think and and think, shout out to my wife Crystal. She supported me the whole time, and I don't know if she understood, but her being there, that really helped me really gather myself because a lot of times when people come home from prison, they don't get a chance to sit with themselves and really figure out what they want. They get thrown into having to work and do this and do that without having to really get a chance to really sit and absorb where the society has gone in general.
Right, right. Yeah, that's 5 years. That 5 years, a lot changed in 5 years, man.
Yeah.
I changed in 5 years. Yeah, me personally, I like it. I like to
Oh,
go,
that's
come back, go and come back. Um, so you can be at home with the fam. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
what I was gonna say. That was where I was getting to. I used to like it being out on the road, but like I said, that's when I was still processing. But the reality of it is to create equilibrium, which is a principle of my op. You know what I'm saying? To create that balance. Going home, being home, and then having time to plan. That's the other thing too, because when you're on the road, it's hard to plan and be already on the road and you planning. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? For the next thing it happens so quick, it ain't really give you enough time to really gather yourself. So
really.
I do appreciate being able to come home. Now I'm getting booked for a lot more stuff these days. So it has become the point where it's trying to crowd into the week. But I'm trying to like keep it more toward the weekend. I know everybody want to do stuff during the week, but at least if I'm coming out during the week, it's a bag. It ain't no bullshit. But still, it's like you have to keep that balance, out of respect for my family. That's what I'm saying. God first, family second. So if you know that you're secure, okay, now how does your family feel about the situation? What do they feel like could be improved upon dealing with your interactions with them? Do they get enough time? Do they need more time? You know what I'm saying? And you have to be considerate. And that's what being a boss is really a servant, or not even a boss. I'll say being a leader is very. You have to care for people. You have to be a servant. Basically, you have to see, hey, are you good? Do you need me to make an adjustment so you can be straight? You see what I'm saying? And just being that's a real leader. Having them real conversation. Um,
Bro.
yeah. So I think that going and off and coming back that allows for that. You know what I'm saying? Communication like that and really spending time with my kids and my wife and that's important because when it's all over, don't that's the stuff you're gonna remember. Not
Right,
saying you might don't remember some of that other stuff. Some of the other stuff is cool, but yeah,
right. And like you said, you be gone all that long time. God forbid something happen and you ain't seeing your kids in weeks. You know
come
what I'm
on,
saying?
man.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I like it set up out the unit way. I love it. To be honest with you, it make more sense to me, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it's for somebody who ain't got a big bag, it make it manageable for that too. You ain't got
Correct.
to go bad. You can't just stay gone like that.
Hmm.
It make it bearable for that too. Like you can still come home, do whatever you gotta do, and still be active at the same time. Yep. You got any mixtapes coming out? Album coming out?
Yeah, man. Ooh, boy, I got a lot of stuff. CEO Motions coming out. Shout out to CEO Plus, and we're doing a project. Me, Trill will CEO Plus. We already recorded it. We're gonna start dropping singles and stuff probably as soon as June. I got a project coming out with Supreme Mallah. It's called Trill is Supreme. That's done. I recorded pretty much the last song Tuesday night. For that's in the wraps. We're just waiting on that last song or two to get mixed. I'm doing a 9 month rollout, and that's gonna be several projects. I'm using projects and docu-series content to roll out everything, and it's just gonna be like having a baby. 9 months. It's gonna be a roll. You'll see, and when everybody see it, they're gonna get it. They're like, oh, okay, I see what he was doing.
Chief of all chiefs.
Yeah, Chief of All Chiefs. So Chief of All Chiefs, I feel like that's my master work. Shout out to Hitmaker RJ. He produced the whole album except for one song. He didn't produce, and um that was Bad Ideas featuring me and Ice Dog. Shout out to Ice Dog, Kelly Franklin Music Group, Universal Music Publishing Group, and all that. But yeah, so Chief of All Chiefs, I feel like that's my that's my best body of work. Because one producer, like I said, one sound, and it was a declaration. I don't know if you remember when Lil Wayne came out and was like, "Oh, I'm the best, greatest rapper alive,"
Uh,
or maybe when Ti came out and said he the king of the South. It was
yeah,
one of those moments. You know what I'm saying? And so I knew putting that out, I couldn't go backwards from there. I had to be upwards because I put that standard on myself, you know. So
I got you. I got you. I got you. Um, you still out there in Florida?
oh yeah, for sure. Shout out to the whole Florida, man. I love Florida, man. I tried to live other places. I lived in Atlanta. I
Yeah,
lived in Miami. I lived here. I lived there. But Florida is where it's at.
for,
I love to visit other places, but Florida is where it's at for me.
for sure. What like what part of Florida you at?
Central Florida.
Central
Um,
Florida.
yeah, it's towards the Atlantic coast.
Okay.
Yeah, right. Like I say, we like 30 minutes, 40 minutes from Daytona, and we
Yeah.
like 30 minutes from Orlando. We like in between.
Okay. It's like one of the Florida, like one of the I know I went there when I was a kid, but I don't remember it. You know what I'm saying? So when I get
Dang,
yeah, when I come out there, man, I gotta tap in with you. You know,
man. Yeah,
man.
definitely.
Yeah, when I come out there, I gotta tap in with you, man, because I definitely I wanna go see Miami for sure before I leave this earth. You know what I'm
Man,
saying?
Miami's so beautiful. As long as you got a big budget, because it's expensive in Miami, but as long as you got a big budget,
Yeah,
beautiful.
yeah. I done been a lot of places, man. I ain't been to Florida, so not nothing I can remember. You know what I'm saying? So definitely when I come out there, bro, I'm gonna tap in with you
We look forward to having you out here, man. So definitely, we family. So you're welcome out here anytime.
for sure, man. Um, you want to let the people know where they can find you at again?
Um, you can find me at first of all, my website is www.trillwill.org. That's trillwill.org. That's my website. And you can go to Instagram if that's your thing and type in TrillWillisrael, and that's Trill Will Israel on Instagram. Those are my main two platforms. I do have Facebook and X and all that, but I never could get into X. I got Trill Will Israel on X as well. One of those platforms. TikTok is Trill Will 9. I haven't really gotten too much into TikTok. I got some videos up there. They done well, but I'm still trying to figure that TikTok thing out all the way for what makes sense for me and my brand.
For
But
sure.
yeah, but that's where we at.
For sure, bro. I really appreciate you coming tap in with me, man. This is
Oh
big.
man, it was overdue.
Yeah, bro. We got much more to do, man. Much more to work on, bro. So I definitely appreciate you coming letting the people know in my city who you is and how you rocking, man. And I'm gonna be sharing some of his work on Facebook too, along with the session we just had just now, and y'all just had another episode of AQP. Always question people, man. Bro, then drop some Jews on here today. You gotta listen to the messages. We did not talk about no nonsense, so just catch the messages, man.
Man, shout out to you, man. Shout out to KG. Shout out to Authentic Quality Podcast and Always Question People.
For sure.
Salute.
Hey, make the pack small, but it started out a bowling ball. Round the money on the floor, then throw it all inside the wall. Stash box, stash kit, and spend it all inside the mall. Research that shit, the flies, now I got them all. Make